All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of The Peak. We are here from Florida with a message bigger than music. Today's guest is Young Hope. We dive into the purpose, pain, the growth, and the vision behind what HOPE really means.
Let me get into that real quick. HOPE is an acronym. All right. HOPE is an acronym and it stands for helping our people evolve because I believe that helping the individual, like person, individual self, I mean, say an audience member, okay, you help yourself, right? And we come together as a community, as people that are striving for better goals, striving for better, and together as a community, we can build and help, our people evolve. You know what I mean?
No, I think that's a message that we need, especially in the game right now. And so let's take them all the way back, man. Tell them where you're from and what type of music did you experience growing up before you even started doing music yourself?
Yeah. So that's actually a great question because I back in like when I was a really really young kid, I used to love Michael Jackson. Like I used to love Michael Jackson. Every time he played in the car radio, I'd be like, that's him. But as I got older, before I even started making music, I listened to rappers like Kendrick Lamar, Kanye, um, Tyler the Creator as well. Those are my inspirations. And I remember listening to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. I love that album. Like I love that album. It really showed that through you speaking your own dang, what's the word? Your own experiences. Through your own experiences, you're just speaking about that, how you got through this struggle, how you got over this, or just speaking about your life, how that can impact other people. You know what I'm saying? That can help somebody else get through their day. You know what I'm saying? And I really love that. And that really did inspire what I'm doing today. You know, that's
No,
hope.
that's dope. No, I love that album. I know a lot of people may feel however they feel about the album. It's a controversial one. But what was some of your favorite songs off that album?
Count Me Out, Savior. Yeah, man,
Yeah,
those were the songs
those are
right
the
there.
ones.
I'm like,
Still playing them.
I felt that. It's like even at that time, I felt like you as a person should know what you're worth. You know what I'm saying? And never settle for less. You know what I'm saying? Never settle for what people think you are. Settle for what you know you are. You know what I mean? And I had to learn that. And while I was listening to like songs like that, you know what I'm saying? It's like it really was inspiring. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no, the album is inspiring to say the least. I think that's the perfect way to describe it. And so, for
Yeah.
someone who's hearing your name for the very first time, who exactly is Young Hope behind the music? Like, what life experience have created this version of you now that's making the music that we're hearing today?
I Well, okay. There's a lot of that goes into it. So now I gotta go, hit
Let's
up
go
back in
back.
my
Let's do time machine.
day.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So when I first started making music, I started making joke music. Back when joke music was like a big thing, I'm saying on YouTube and all that. That was like when I first started making music. So it was like stuff meant to be funny, you know what I mean? And as I was like making this music, I slowly like it was supposed to be bad on purpose. Like I had this whole like channel, whatever it's called, Dark Gamer Guy, very descriptive of me. But I had a whole motto where it was like, "Oh, my name is Young." I said my name was Young Hopeless. It was Young Hopeless before it's Hope, but my name was Young Hopeless because we ain't making it out the hood. We going back. But yeah, it was like
Instant laughs for
really,
sure now.
yeah,
Yeah.
just for the laughs, you know what I mean? And when I was like making those songs and whatever, I used to make music off of CapCut. I used to make music off of CapCut. And when I was making this music, slowly, like over some time, I start feeling myself in the music. You know what I'm saying? Start feeling who I am. It's like sometimes I like accidentally like maybe say something a little personal in there. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
whoa, you know what I mean? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So that's when I slowly started shifting. When I made my first shift to BandLab about a year or two ago, um, I started making beats and I started, you know, putting meaning to it. And I changed from Hopeless to Hope, with the final track from Hopeless, basically making declaration. It's like a declaration. It's like I'm not gonna be this anymore. I'm not gonna claim hopelessness. I'm gonna claim hope. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be well actually it's kind of a weird thing right now because right now I'm like young hope or the hope. or HOPE. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But I'm still working on the name. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it
um,
means a lot. It's something to like really get together. It's not something that you can just be like, "Oh yeah, my name's Young Hope." You know, maybe it's Young Hope,
yeah.
but maybe you don't want to
I
be
think
Young Hope the whole time.
yeah, I think I want to do a progressive progress. You know what a change,
Hmm.
progressive change, because I'm gonna maybe shift from Young Hope, who I am now. I'm a young hope who has just began, right? And maybe as I shift into my career more, it's gonna be just going as the hope or hope in general.
Hmm.
But hope is a movement as well. So
Yeah, and then you go OG Hope later on, right? And
yeah,
that'll
young
be
hope
dope,
was
man. That'll be dope.
yeah.
And so I want to take it back. You said you were recording on CapCut. Talk to us about,
Yes.
recording songs on CapCut. What's the hardest part about that, in your opinion?
Okay, so actually when okay, so that part right there had to be okay, that was really funny because I didn't know where I could record music, and I tried GarageBand, and it was so confusing to me at that time because I was like a sixth grader, right? So it's like I'm looking at this and I'm like, this looks disgusting. I'm like, right? So back then I also do editing. So my father, he taught me a lot of things. So it's like he taught me about editing, photography, videography. That's like the whole thing right there.
Mm,
And I am an editor as well. So I started with Sony Vegas or whatever with my dad, but I didn't have my own editing service, so I wanted to um, find something. I seen people using CapCut. It was when CapCut got like really popular or whatever. I downloaded it, started making edits, and taught myself how to edit and stuff, right? And while I was on the YouTube channel where I make like funny skits and all this, I decided to start making like joke music because that's what was going on. And on CapCut, they have this the audio feature. It was like way less advanced than it is today, but you literally just I don't know. I listened to the beat, random beat off of YouTube. I just go like blah 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 blah, and it that was it. It was like supposed to be bad on purpose, so I didn't care. So
yeah, no, but that's how it starts, man. I feel like that's like your training day. You know, you train there so you can make these important songs now, and now you've evolved to using, you said, BandLab now, and so
yeah,
BandLab's free. Does BandLab have any things you can pay for? Like, what can you pay for in BandLab?
yeah. On BandLab, there's dang, I don't know the name of it, but it's like pretty much premium. All right, so it's like
Oh, okay.
BandLab Premium, and I recommend getting that because I have that right now.
Hmm.
And they have a lot of good things with that, where they have like this opportunities page. They have this distribution page. I think that's also still free though. I think you can still do that for free. Um, there's dang, what was it? There's a lot, but they have beats as well. The beats from BandLab, I actually used that on
Hmm.
some of the songs. I got some beats from BandLab and started writing to it, and yeah, I think that was like really helpful for yeah.
Yeah, for starting off, I feel like BandLab's the way to go. Everybody's really going that way, that doesn't
Oh
have access to a studio.
yeah, so that's the thing. When I first started off on BandLab, I literally just got in there and started making beats. Like I didn't know what I was doing, so I started using their free samples or whatever. Started playing around with the samples, started messing around with the samples. I have this song called Can't Bring Me Down, and I have a song called When You're Down. And those two right there. Oh, as well as Past. Those three songs right there, I I think were phenomenal beats and amazing for a beginner. You know what I'm saying? Um, I had to scrap one of the songs like that I made. It was called Copy. It was called Copy, and
Mm-hmm.
I want to still consider that hopeless era because making a shift to like better and new music isn't just immediate. You
Yeah.
slowly progress into it. So that's what that song was. But those three right there, when I put my soul into that.
And so, yeah, I want to get into the name Hope, specifically the acronym version of it, not Young
All
Hope,
right,
but the Helping Our People Evolve version. So at
helping our people.
18 here, why was that message important to you than building a typical rap persona? Because a lot of people at that time don't even care about anything like that.
Yeah. I would really want to. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second.
No, that's cool. Take your
Uh,
time.
sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good.
Um, go on. What's up? Hello. Say it again.
Yeah, I can talk to you again. And so, talk to us about the origin of the acronym of HOPE, helping our people evolve. How did you even come
Right.
up with that?
So when I okay, it was like a little after I started making music or whatever. Um, as Hope, I decided to make an acronym. So I was on this call with my brother, right? And he was like, Hope's good. Hope's good. Because like what I did back then was just, take the less out of Hope. Now you're young hopeless. I mean, now you're
Right.
young Hope. You know what I mean? And then, it didn't mean too much. You know what I'm saying? But when my brother was like, we had this call with my brother, and well, I did have this like goal in mind to like, do it, but I never had an acronym for it. So it was that call where I think I have a notebook here where I might have jotted down. I was jotting down ideas and names for what the acronym for HOPE could stand for. I
Let's say
do want to
writing it
find
down is the
that.
best.
Yeah, I was literally just because I used to write a lot more than I
Hmm.
did now.
Is it in the phone now, or you just don't write it all now?
Yeah, it's in the phone now.
It's in the
Yeah,
phone now, yeah.
yeah. My hands start cramping. I'm like, yeah. Dang, I can't find it. Well, yeah, and I don't want to take up too much of your time trying to look for this thing. So, um, it was. I remember HOPE. It was like helping our people evolve or helping our people every day. You know what I mean? I
Hmm.
like that one too, but I ended up going with and I think there was another one, but that was it. But helping our people evolve, and it was like I thought about that, and I really thought about what the meaning is. And at first, I was like, I don't want to do that. It's like I'm scared of that. I'm like genuinely, I was scared to become more than what I just see. You know what I'm saying? Like I can play a bigger part in this world. You know what I mean? A bigger part in this picture. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when I was a kid, the thought of being a king to everybody would be like, oh yeah, I love to be a king. But I thought about it and it's like, that's a lot to handle. That's a lot on one plate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't think I can eat all that food. You know what I mean? But it's like that song that I made. It's called Get Out Yourself. And you need to get out yourself and become who you're meant to be. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And that's what that's why I took up that mental hope, you know what I'm saying, helping our people evolve. And I want to help those around me. I want to show love, and I've always been that type of person. But I also, I want to have a change. I want to have a platform. And the way I want to do that is through music. Because I love music.
Yeah, man, don't we all? I think that's a perfect platform to do it. And so, who are some people that you looked up to that were like motivational or inspirational that you're like, man,
Okay.
they're really rocking the world right now, besides Michael Jackson?
Okay. Oh, nah, you got me. Ah, you got me. All right. So listen, I'm going to say it was controversial Kanye West. All right.
Yeah.
Listen, it was yay. It was yay. Because when I don't know, I loved Kendrick. Kendrick started me off, you know what I'm saying? But when I really got into his music, like I took a whole day. This is what I do like for all these artists that I admire. It's like, okay, I like a lot of your songs. I took a whole day, do whatever I got to do that day or whatever. Or it's like, if it's a chill, stay at home type of day, I'm going to like hop on a game or something and I'm going to play this whole album. Not this whole album, this whole artist, his
Hmm.
every album, and I did that with Kanye, I did that with Kendrick, I did that with Tyler the Creator, and I did that with J. Cole, and they're all my top, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And I took a lot of inspiration from You can even hear it in my music though. You can even hear it in my music, but it's like I loved what he said when in that one interview. I think it was like he said, "You're not a fan of me, you're a fan of you." You know what I'm saying? You're not a fan of Kanye West, you're a fan of yourself. If you're a Kanye West fan, if you think you're a Kanye West fan, you're a fan of yourself. Because it's really about like, dang, how do I say it? It's really about you. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's really about how you view the world, how you interpret it. You know what I mean? And I love that free will that he has. Like that free will that he has, it's like inspiring. You know what I mean? It's like show the world who you are. Literally scream out to the world and say, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Show you worth of something. You're like, I mean, I love that. I love that. So he's definitely one of my biggest inspirations, and I love his flow, his cadence. You know what I'm saying? He's like a superhero in my eyes.
Yeah, no, I think that's dope, especially how you said you take the day to listen to a whole album or a whole discography of an artist. And so you've listened to a couple of them so far. Which one of them really surprised you? Because I remember I did that with J. Cole, and some of those earlier mixtapes were like, wow.
Yeah, so I would say the one that surprised me the most, like I didn't know you had the capability to do. I knew you were great, but I didn't know you was this great. I'm gonna give that to Cole is really up there, and especially with his newest project. I love this newest project. All right, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that it was Kendrick Lamar. All right, like I don't know if y'all ever heard Section 80 or any of those. It's like that guy was hungry, dude. I'm not hungry enough. I'm not hungry enough. It's like I actually took inspiration from that, from one of the songs on there. It was dang, I can't remember what the heck it was. It's like Rick and Mortis. It was Rick and Mortis. I took a lot of inspiration from that, and I was like hearing this, I was like, dude, how does he spit it so fast like that, right? And for dang near a year, like a whole baby's worth, 9 months, I'm like thinking about this. It's like resting peacefully in the back of my brain, and it's like, how did he do that? Like, how did he like? And I love that flow, so I ended up making a track. I'm still writing it. I mean, I'm not still writing it. I'm still making it right now, but I'm trying to find it right now. It's in my notes. I'm trying to find it right now so I can get this. It's called Flip. So I was on YouTube. I decided to go back to YouTube to try to just like rap whatever, and I found this artist. I'm not artist. This producer. His name is Maddie, and he made an amazing track. I was like, dude, I actually have to buy this beat. I'm gonna buy this beat, like, yeah, right? Because what I was doing was I made these lyrics, right, that sounded like, sounded like as good as like or masterfully skilled as Kendrick in that one song, and I just wanted to rap that on something, and I was like, where can I do this? So I decided to look on YouTube, and I found the perfect play. You know what I mean?
What do you search to find that beat?
Literally, I was just like, Kendrick Lamar beats, Kanye beats. I was just trying to just mix around there, and I was just trying to figure out that. I think I ended up finding a Kanye beat, like, or type beat. That's what Maddie had made. Yeah, I think Maddie likes, like, I think he's inspired as well. Because I actually got into contact with him because I really like the way that I like music. It's like, I want to get the brain behind who did this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, I'm not going to just take your beat and just like, there's no soul behind this. You know what I mean? I want to feel like, I feel their soul in the music, of course, but it's like, I want to speak to you. I want to know who, right. Right. So I guess, dang, hold on. I could spit that verse right now. Don't bite though.
One take.
I could try. I ain't did it in a minute because I was practicing it, and then I rapped it, and I was like, all right. But all right, you like this. Couldn't think of a better me, better than these celebrities, better than they pretend to be. Ain't a soul that's ahead of me. Who you choosing instead of me? Spit it like this so steadily, up the tempo and melody. And then it's like, there's another verse that goes into it for the song, but that was the main bit right there. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if you know that one part where Rick and Mortis is like, yeah.
I'm trying to remember the words to that part, but that flow is dope. That flow is super dope. No, that's dope, man. And so your releases here, let's get into them. A lot of them, they're called demos. And so why this, the demo approach to it? Are you still working on them, or like, tell us what growth looks like?
Because I'm not as, okay, I gotta say it like this. I don't have the privilege of like having like constant access to a studio, and I've only been to a studio, well, technically once, or like I went out on my own and got that studio session, which is where I recorded the voice tracks for my sisters. My sister from California. She came down here, and I have my sister that's with me here, and I had them get in the studio, and I had them sing that part right there. But
Mm-hmm.
my part ended up not being able to get into the studio because I didn't like it, and I didn't get to finish it. So, because I only had 2 hours of studio time, and you know that's not a lot. Yeah, I mean
Oh man, tell me about
that's literally all I
it.
had. I saved up this money and I gave them as much as what I mean for the cheapest thing,
Yeah.
but they're all demos because I want to see its full potential. You know what I mean? I want to see it
Mm-hmm.
fully realized in the studio. You know what I'm saying? It's like these vocals could be way better. It's like, and now things like Past and When You're Down, they're like outdated for my skill level now. You know what I mean? And I can like rap much faster. I have a little bit better breath control. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And even love I can go even crazier on that, and that's why it's love demo, because when I get into the studio, that's gonna be a full song, you know what I mean, and people are gonna love that, and people already love the demo. People want to hear the demo. That's why I had to deliver it, you know what I'm saying. People wanted to hear it. They're like, hey man, we need this on the playlist, and people around me, they're like, hey bro, I would low-key put this on my playlist. I was like, all right, bet. And then there you go on people's playlists. It's like,
Yeah, that's how it is, man. And so we touched on these two songs, Love most recently, but when you're writing songs like Love or you're writing songs like Get Out of Yourself, are you speaking to like your younger self or your current self, or are you speaking to the
wow, okay.
audience?
That's beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna start with Get Out Yourself first. So Get Out Yourself, this is the notebook. This is completely full. I've finished with it. So I have two of them. But back in school, I used to always write my notebook because you can't have your phone out. So I started writing in the notebook, and actually I started writing a whole bunch of tracks, and I had my inspiration, which was uh to make When You're Down. It was a music competition that was going on, and I wanted to be a part of it, of course. And I think the deadline was like in 2 months from where I was. It was like October or December or something. And I put myself in a place, you know what I'm saying, where it was like I put in my note, or not my note, my reminder for every single day when I wake up, every time I look at my phone, every time I said make one good song. And I was talking about objectively good. Like you listen to a Michael Jackson song, you can say, okay, this is good. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I need to make an objectively good song by this time, or my dream is dead. All right. And I was like in that mode, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's when I made When You're Down. That's when I made those songs. But when I made Love, I was actually in class, you know what I'm saying? Ooh, damn, didn't I just say I wanted to talk about Get Out Yourself first? No. Look at me. I was stumbling over my. All right, hold up. Okay, so Get Out Yourself. This right here. All right, my handwriting is awful. I don't know if you can see it. You
Bring
can't
it a
see
little
it.
bit. No, that's there. It is.
Is it
A little
is it
close.
inverted?
Oh, there it is. No, that's it right there. That's good.
I see it.
Uh huh.
So you see on the top right here, it says study, start writing, get out yourself. Go study unreleased music, right? It's bittersweet poetry by Kanye. So I love that song so much, and I wanted to like maybe get a vibe of that in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I listened to how he spit his soul onto this thing, and I listened to a lot of Graduation, and yeah, this is I don't know if y'all see this part right here. Hold on, let me
It'll come up
see if
it'll come up in a second. It maybe takes a moment. There we go. A little bit closer.
oh, there
Oh,
it goes.
that's
Okay.
it. That's
So
it.
you see the last one right here. It says build your story, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And it's just like build that message right there.
Yeah.
And also I had this friend who got me into writing in general. And this girl, she was telling me the more that you write, the better artist you're gonna become, the better lyricist you're gonna become. And I didn't think about writing back then because I was hopeless back then, and I just literally just freestyled everything. So I never thought about that. And when I started writing, it was like it was more than just the music. It was just me, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I understand my music now is y'all are seeing a version of me, you know what I'm saying, that I'm putting on the
Mhm.
track. So Get Out Yourself was actually, well, as you go into the lyrics, um, I listened to the song, you know what I'm saying? And I started, I think what I do to make my music, all right, like this little insider, all right? I freestyle it first, I kind of like mumble it, and then I start putting these words into it, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I start fitting boom, boom, boom. That's how it works. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like hard to explain, but um, I when I wrote that first line, it was like I was in myself, you know what I'm saying? I was in my essence, you know what I mean? And I think I was speaking, I would say I was speaking to the future. I would say
Yeah.
I was speaking to the future for the past, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
For, yeah, I mean, so that's really what the song is about. It's like stepping out of who you are and becoming who you're meant to be, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're supposed to, oh, right. So, okay. Like this chorus right here. So I sung this before my sister had got into it. So it was like it was like all on my own, I never needed your help. I get it by myself. Tell them get out yourself, please. They shut me down, didn't care how I felt. I used it cause I was tough to finally be free. More potential than the people around me. This the final piece, think I finally found it. For when things ain't going soundly. Get out yourself, you gotta get out yourself. I wrote this track for when I wasn't like when it wasn't about everything else. It was just you love yourself, you know what I'm saying? I was going through a time, man. I was going through a time, and it's like this was my new Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, you know what I'm saying? This
Mhm.
was my new salt, like what helps me get through the day, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I was doing this in hopes that this would also reach somebody else's ears, right? Even though it's meant for me, reach somebody else's ears and inspire them and keep them going, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think it's
And
dope that you're able to have these conversations with your future self, and then we are able to relate so much. You know, like the words in general that you just sung there. You know, they're super relatable. You know, everyone I
yeah,
think has that moment where they feel like they need to get out of themselves.
yeah, man. And
Yeah.
it's like I wrote this in school, man, and it's like I was having a bad day when I wrote this, man. I was like, but I genuinely felt that way, and it was like when I said more potential than the people around me, I was like, that's how it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. No, for real, man. If you guys are just not tapping in here, we are tapped in from Florida with a message, of course, bigger than the music. Today's guest, Young Hope, is here, man. We're getting in between the artist and the movement. And so let's get deeper into the struggles that you just mentioned. Every young artist faces, the doubt and the struggles, but what's been the hardest obstacle that you've had to overcome so far?
Myself, I'll say myself. Um, and what I mean by that is like when you see, say you're standing on this building here, and you have another building here, you know what I mean, and you've seen your like you've seen everybody else be able to like jump from year to year, you know what I mean? But then it's like in your mind, it's like you can't. And when you say you can't, it's just like you won't.
Yeah.
You won't. And it's like I had to fight that. I had to overcome that, you know what I'm saying? That you won't. And I realized it's like never about what these other people said about me. And it's like they set the limitations for me. Why do they set the limitations for me? I set the limitations for me. I have this song, it's called Passion. All right. And it's like, oh no, it's called What We Built. And I said, I had to remind myself because I thought maybe it was a fluke. Maybe I'm not this good. You know what I mean? Maybe this, maybe that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I built the talent. I built the passion. You know what I'm saying? I had to remember that. You know what I mean? That's why I went back and built that beat. But it was like, you can't sell yourself short. You have to understand that you have a purpose on this earth. You know what I mean? And you have a reason why you're here. And that's like a big reason of like how I became to be. You know what I mean?
No, I think that's spot on. I really do feel like there's potential within us all, right? And it all starts off with, like you said, how you perceive that gap between where you want to be and where you are, if you perceive it as a gap at all,
Yeah.
and sometimes, maybe you shouldn't perceive it as a gap, but I think that's absolutely a fantastic message to put into the music, and you've put it into a lot of the music. But if someone could only listen to one song first time listening, and they could only listen to one, what would it be?
Love. I give it to love. So look, let me give you a little breakdown on love. I can do that. I can do that.
Of course.
Listen,
You got the notebook.
y'all
Let's do it.
don't look at me as crazy. All right. So look, I wrote this in class multiple times. I ain't gonna lie. Instead of paying attention to this pre-calculus class that I should be paying attention to, I was writing love, and I passed that class. By the way, I passed that class. I don't know how I passed that class. I ain't paying attention. I didn't pay attention, but I guess I'm just a genius or something. But look, I wrote down the word love, and I wrote down this right here. Hold on. I wrote down all these different things. I studied the word love. I went around asking the people. I said, what does the word love mean to you? Right? I asked my teachers, I asked my friends, I asked everybody. And then I went to the Bible. I'm Christian, I'm religious, and I had looked to God, and I actually, just tried to see what the Bible says, for love is. You know what I mean? So you see all of these here, and I took from this and wrote the first bar, right? So in my mind, I had already listened to this beat, right? This one I had bought from BandLab, and I started listening to it over and over again, and then at some point I heard lyrics. You know what I'm saying? So can I play it for y'all real quick? I don't know if it'll work or pick up, but
Yeah, let's try it.
yeah, let me go ahead and try real quick. So I'm gonna go to hold on, let me find that. Cool. And then scroll all the way down. All right, bet. All right, y'all hear this?
No, I think the Chris noise cancellation is taking it out.
Dang.
But that's love, right? We're talking about the song Love.
Yeah, so it's just the beat. So it's like it goes like dun 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 dun. I came in, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, what is love? What is? So I just kind of following the beat there, and I had went ahead and sung it myself. It was like really funny because it was like really bad because I'm not the best at singing, and I know that. But then I thought about it. I was like, wait, my sister, light bulb, my sister, right? Because my sister's an amazing singer, and I'm sure you have heard that. And that's why I recommend "Love" is like one of the first songs you should listen to by Hope, because that gives you a feeling of who I am. You know what I mean? And that's when I wrote the first lyrics. You know what I'm saying? After I studied this page right here.
Yeah.
Right? I went ahead and put the first lyrics that I had. I said, truth, connection, growth. That's truth, connection, growth. That's, and I had this little part. They had love. It was like love, because that's how it's kind of like still following the beat. You know what I mean?
Right.
And yeah, I don't know. I had a lot of vision for this song right here. That's why I love it so
Yeah,
much.
no, it sounds like fun.
And taking from this page as inspiration, something that I wrote down from just basically looking at other people. I mean, not looking at other people, but like understanding what other people think of like the term love in first place. And I came up with my own thing, you know what I mean, what I believe love is as well. So I chose the things that made the most sense to me, and I said truth, connection, growth. That's love. Warmth, attention, hope. That's love. You know what I'm saying? When I think of love, I think of warmth. You know what I mean? I think of, and then patience allows the flow. That's because a lot of people in relationships don't have no patience, man. They don't got no patience, man. Everything got to be now. Listen, you got to give love that groove. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of things with love that I believe is like in relationships, like also like marriages as well. It's like people think that's always going to be like, you know what I mean? It's never going to go down unless you like, oh, maybe you're not right for each other, but that's wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Relationships are supposed to look like this. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because you're supposed to have lows. And in those lows, you got to realize why y'all love each other. You know what I mean? Every time you get to a low, you got to reignite the spark right there, and then boom, go back up. Because that's like what it is. You know what I mean? That's how love is supposed to be, because that's actually mathematical. And I learned that at school when I learned you could measure happiness. Like, I don't know if y'all ever heard of Udall's of measurement. You know, yeah,
I
but
haven't.
use Udall's is like the measurement for happiness, and it's like, think
Noodles.
about it like this. You take your first bite of pizza, you know what I'm saying, and
Oh yeah.
you really been wanting this pizza, whatever. You take your first bite, and it's like 100%, right? You take your next bite, 80%. Next bite, you know what I'm saying? It slowly goes down through, and
Oh
then
yeah.
it's not even like a your full thing. So like you're maxed out now. And tomorrow, are you gonna want pizza? Probably not. Mathematically says no. You probably
Oh
don't want
yeah.
pizza tomorrow,
Oh yeah.
or just constant. You know what I mean? That's like not okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're like
that's like a
almost zeroed out.
microcosm for how it works, for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I was writing that, and dude, I loved every part of writing love. Like, I was like, damn, what? I remember being in class, literally on the same computer right here, and I'm listening to this over and over again. I would call this CIA torture. All right, and I was thinking about it, and I slowly came up with um, what's it called? Oh no, that's what I wanted to get into. I asked my friend, I called him over, and I was like, writing this fast part, right, where I was trying to go fast, right? And I wanted to use a Spanish word, right? Or I was thinking of Spanish, right? So the term was hasta luego, all right? So I asked him, how do you say hasta luego? Because I only heard it in like movies and like, media pretty much. So it's like, and it rhymes. So I was like, I looked up the term hasta luego and I figured out what it meant and it works. So I'm like, okay, but how do I say it? My boy comes up, puts it on the paper right here. I don't know if you see that, and taught me how to say it.
Yeah. Hasta luego. Luego.
Yeah,
Hasta
hasta
luego.
luego, right? Hasta luego. You know what I mean? I love that.
He has the little
So
line with the squiggly. It's so funny.
yeah, he even showed me how you know,
Yeah.
right? So it's like I'm gonna wrap it. Here we go, and they go hasta luego. I could break that down real quick. So here we go. We're starting off. And they go hasta luego to the feelings that was made by the angels, talking about love. You know what I'm saying? They're saying bye to the feelings um that was made by the angels, love, right? Tell them to stop and see it from my angle, right? So here we go, and they go hasta luego to the feelings that was made by the angels. Tell them to stop and see it from my angle. No, it's not a myth, nor a lie, nor a fable. It's a game changer that'll really turn the tables, get your heart moving like love with a place hold. So
Yeah. No, that's
yeah,
fire. That's fire.
it's like, I think it's like there, but I may have to like break it down, do a little genius on that one.
Yeah, no, I think this is all dope the way you have it, especially documented in the journal here. I can really see how the time you spent studying a lot of those songs and artists' discographies are bleeding out through your music, and it makes it even better, in every way, because
Yeah.
nothing's new. You won't recreate the wheel, but you can always add your own rims on it, and I
Oh
think
yeah,
you've definitely put a good
yeah,
spin on it.
definitely. And I feel like, well, honestly, I do feel like I don't know. I listen to a lot of music. Excuse me. I listen to a lot of music, but it's like I haven't listened to everything. No one's listened to. Has anybody listened to anything? I mean, everything. Like, no one's listened to everything. So I don't know if like my genre of rap is like, something that someone's already done, but I know that these songs are me, and I've like took this creative out of nowhere and created something. I feel like Tony Stark in the cave, man. Like
Yeah,
with a
yeah, and
bunch of
so.
scraps.
And so before we get out of here in closing, tell us about some people who have been influential in this journey for you, as far as like close people that, you've shaken hands with, you're around every day, who really help you out.
I'm gonna definitely give my kudos to for one person in his life. My father. I love my father so much, man, and he actually was a rapper too before um, everything, and it was like really cool finding out about that. His name is like Mr. Raggedy or whatever, but I listened to his music and it was like really good. I'm really upset that he like stopped making music, but like, man, his music was great and I loved it. And I was like, I felt like that one part of the Kanye song, like in Big Brother, is like, to be number one, I gotta beat my brother. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I took inspiration from my dad as well because he, yeah, he was making music like before 2000s, you know what I mean? And it was just like listening to that and hearing the groove in that. I want to definitely like, I felt like a lot of inspiration. It was like basically telling me, you got this. You're the next generation. You are the dream. You know what I mean? And my sister as well. Her name's Kaya Niasha. She works like for a record label up in California, and she has helped me through a lot of things. My brother has helped me through a lot of things. My friends have helped me, or most of them for the most part, have been supportive of the journey in general. I mean, and even back when I was hopeless, they were like, not saying it was good or whatever. It was like, but they were there to support it. It was like it was supposed to make you laugh, you know what I mean? And they did that, so I felt like I completed my journey. You know what I mean? I was happy, and yeah, there's a lot of people that have inspired me. A lot of people, and it's like the people that you meet in your life is what helps guide you to who you should be, or who you I don't like how I'm saying it. The people that you meet in your life help mold you into who you are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you have to be appreciative to all those people. My teachers, Mr. Khan, shout out Mr. Khan, man. He was the biggest supporter of my music, and he made it I don't know if I should say that. Listen,
he's supportive. He was a big supporter. He did a lot.
Under the radar, bro. Like, listen, he made a classwork assignment, an extra credit assignment to go ahead and just support your boy Hope. You know what I mean? Hopeless back then. But he was like, everybody that subscribes to his channel and gives proofs, like, bro, gives proof. You get some extra credit.
They gave out extra credit for us. That's great. That's great. They gave out extra credit for us.
Yeah, and slowly as I got better, like when I started showing the demo tracks or the demo of When You're Down and Get Out Yourself, it was like I was getting feedback from people, and some people were telling me, okay, this is whack, this is good, and I use that as a, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of people that help me and a lot of people that inspire me through my journey, and I'm sure there's gonna be more, you know. And even you, man, I'm not gonna lie, meeting you, it was great. You said you came out to me, you told me you like my music, and that right there inspired me to make another song, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, people like my music, people like what I'm doing. So if this is the truth and, you know, this is what people want to see, then I'm gonna, you know, give it to them, and I'm gonna try to help and better our world through this music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think that's why I like it, man. There's so much music out right now. The hottest song out right now is it has the worst message. So, you know, it's so refreshing to hear something refreshing, right? And so in closing, I want you to take us to the most successful version of yourselves. Tell us about a couple of the milestones that you might have accomplished along the way that you look back and you're like, yeah, man, what do you want to do out here?
Well, okay, so let's be honest, I'm at the beginning of the journey, okay? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm at the beginning of the journey. So I can't bring up a lot of accomplishments, but I can definitely say that I am happy with my Hope community, my Hope stars, you know what I'm saying? And they, you know, they're helping me like push the music, and I wanted to make like a mutualistic relationship, you know what I mean? Where we're helping each other, you know, as the motto, you know, I mean, helping each other evolve, and they're kind of like propelling me and pushing me. And anytime that I feel like I'm falling down, they like, you know what I mean? I got 170 followers, you know what I'm saying? And that's something to be celebrating. And that's 100%. A milestone, because 170 people can't even fit in this room right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's crazy
seriously.
To me. That like so many people would come out and like support me, and it's like, I never expected any type of support. I expected nothing and received it all.
Yeah,
Or
no, that's
all to
fire.
me would, be those 170 people, and plus the ones on TikTok and the ones on YouTube. I love YouTube community. I want to talk about that one. This is one comment. This guy said, he's like, thank you, because I used to make, well, I still make quotes. I just kind of like here and there now, but I used to make quotes daily. And this guy said, thank you, like this quote really helped me get through my day. And I had to I ended up talking with him a little more, and it's like he really wasn't doing well at all. And it's like I ended up, helping that guy. And I had that same experience when people came up to me back when I was in school, because I just graduated, but they came up to me and they're like, "Yo, your quote actually really helped me through like a tough time." And it's like multiple people, and like my other friend, her name is Fifi. She comes up to me and she's like, "Hey, one of those quotes just came at the right time, and like I really needed that. So thank you, man." I was like, "Wow." I'm like making an impression. I'm making an impression on this world. I can do something. You know what I'm saying? That's confirmation I can do something. You know what I mean? And it's like, regardless if I win or lose, I had this track that I scrapped. It was called Maybe. And I was thinking about what would happen if I would lose. And it was like, why am I worried about that? Because I'm going to make this music regardless of like who's there or not. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
When lose
because
or
it's
draw.
always, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's always, you know what I mean? It's what I love, you know what I mean? And if there's not if actually, I will be, successful. And even if I don't reach the amount of success that I want, I'm still gonna do what I love. You know what I mean?
100%, man. No, it's been fantastic talking today, and I wish you all the success. It's already coming when you write music like this, and when it's coming from the place that it comes from, when you're hands-on with your method of making it, when you're grassroots, when you're not rushing it, when you're patient with it, all these things that you are, it's going to come guaranteed. All you have to do is show up. So continue to show up, man, and continue to give hope to all the younger people out here, man, because everyone needs it. All right. And is there anyone, before we get out of here, that you didn't leave, that you didn't shout out, that you want to shout out? Because they're going to look at this and they're going to be like, that other teacher's going to be like, oh, man, I gave extra credit too.
No, well, listen. Shout out to Miss Whitmore, Miss Jacobs, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. Shout out to my boy Chris. He has been supporting me and still is supporting me to this day, to this second. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sarah. All right. I love Sarah, man. Shout out to David Cornejo. We barely talk. I mean, no, we talk sometimes back in high school. Listen. I know you. I see you. Thank you. Listen, I love that guy, bro. Damn, I feel like I'm missing people. Shout out to Joseph, man. But that's it.
Yeah, man. Love. It's been fantastic talking, man. We'll tap in with you next time. If you guys haven't already, make sure you follow the man on all platforms. Go listen to the music. It's Young Hope on all these platforms. Okay, I'll be sure to put it on my story for the next week or two. We'll be posting it up, reposting his content. So make sure you guys check it out, okay?
All right. Yeah, so wait, one more thing before I leave. I am dropping 2 more tracks. I'm dropping a song called Coming in Casual and a song called When You're Down, as I spoke of earlier, finally dropping it on all streaming. That's coming tonight. So, be on the lookout.
Look at that. Oh, man. Yeah. A couple more hours to go. Let's do it. By the time they see this, or if you're watching it live, it's tonight. By the time you see this, if it's posted, it'll already be out. So you can go check out those tracks, man. Young Hope, it's been fantastic. You enjoy your night, brother. And we'll talk soon, okay?
All right. Thank you for the interview. All right. Have a good one.